Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh Shem Hawashai, by Shem Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone that rule well. Salutations to the hopeful elect, pushing this word into sincerity and truth from the four corners of the earth. All right, and right quick, I ran into this article, RT News, of course. Trump's defends killing of Soleimani regardless of imminent threat. Says he had a horrible past, all right? And this is, what you call the, it's a saying in the word, the pot calling the kettle black, all right, talking about a horrible past. All right, obviously they're saying that this man was a terrorist, that he had, threats against the U.S., but when you look at, the U.S. history, they've been, destroying people all around the world, man. Constantly. America has been in a constant war since, its beginning, man. America even warred with itself in the, quote unquote civil war. All right, that's all America knows. All right, and America is the terrorist around the world. All right, you talk about terrorism, and what do you classify terrorism as? Somebody going around, killing, with a imperialistic mind state, meaning they want to conquer all lands. That's America. Matter of fact, before I read this, I'm scripture right quick. In these videos, been a lot of the same scriptures because that's the time we in. So when you go to Habakkuk, 2 and 5, it says, yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine. All right, the media is a part of his wine. All right, wine being the philosophies, because what Esau does is he rallies the people through the media to make himself think. And I'm speaking on the American Edomite. He rallies the Americans through the media to make him look like what he's doing, although being unjust, that is just, that is, that it should be done. All right, you got, I seen this other article where it says 60% of Americans agree with Trump killing Soleimani, but they didn't even know who the dude was. Nobody knew who this dude was before he got murdered. But Americans just got that gung-ho, hoorah spirit where, whatever the American government wants to do, we with it. They didn't even know who the man was, but they agreed with him being killed, man. That's that wine, man. All right. Although it's talking about the Israelites in Isaiah when they say they stagger, but not with strong drink, that's all the American people. They drunk off that, Babylon juice, man. It says he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. See, there goes that imperialistic type of mind state. He's all over the place conquering lands, and that's what they're trying to do over there in the Middle East, which is ultimately going to start World War III. All right. It says, who enlargeth his desire is hell and is as death. All right, and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. All right, gather unto him all nations, heapeth unto him all people. All right, meaning he wants all the nations under his control, man. That's called imperialism. That's what Esau is about. Imperialism. That's what he's done throughout his damn history, man. You know what I'm saying? And it says, and cannot be satisfied. So let's say Esau conquers Iran, and Iran just becomes like an American quote-unquote province, right? He's just gonna go fuck with somebody else. This war ain't about terrorism or nothing. It's about America flexing his muscles. So if they were to conquer Iran and Iran became a so-called American province, they would go fuck with somebody else and try to take their land. They can't be satisfied. All right, but I'm gonna get back into this. It says U.S. President Donald Trump has lashed out against the fake news media and their Democratic partners over criticism of his administration's decision to assassinate Iranian General Qasem Soleimani. The president claimed in tweets marred with misspellings that it does not matter if Soleimani presented an imminent threat to the U.S. Now, when you look at that, it says that it don't matter if Soleimani presented an imminent threat to the U.S. All right, that was what they was going off of when they first assassinated him, if you will. He was, creating terrorist threats and all that. But now he's saying it don't matter. That's that double. You got a forked tongue, man. All right, it says something he had said previously to defend the assassination because of the general's horrible past. Going back to America's horrible past. All right, y'all do all the same shit that y'all accusing this man of. All right, it says the fake news media and their Democrat partners are working hard to determine whether or not the future attack by terrorist Soleimani was imminent or not, and was my team in agreement? The answer to both is yes, is a strong yes, but it doesn't really matter because of his horrible past. So when the Most High, Yahweh Shem Shah, blow this place off the map, just know it's going to be because of your horrible past. All right. It says Trump also accused the media of trying to portray terrorist Soleimani as a wonderful guy. Though the president, which is Salakia, but which is what America does to itself. Y'all portray yourself as basically the police of the world, but y'all rape, robbing, and murdering, pillaging everybody you come in contact with. You know, but it says though the president has claimed the January 3rd assassination of Soleimani was due to the general planning attacks against U.S. forces and embassies, his own defense secretary admitted on Sunday that he didn't see any specific evidence to suggest those attacks were imminent. Yeah, we knew that when you said it. It was just an excuse to murder the man. All right. It says Secretary of State Mike Pompeo also struggled in a recent press conference to define the imminent threat Soleimani presented to the U.S. He claimed the U.S. got it right with their decision to kill the general. It says huge crowds of Iranians took to the streets in the aftermath of the general's death to protest the killing. Uproars of the people. And his funeral drew an enormous procession. Tehran targeted military sites in Iraq housing U.S. forces in retaliation for the assassination. No American casualties were reported in what was believed to be a show of force by Iranian authorities. All right. So basically, it's more hypocrisy. All right. They trying to defend it, and they can't even explain it, man. All right.
Finally, there's been much made about this question of intelligence and imminence. I answered it multiple times on Sunday. I'm happy to walk through it again. Anytime a president makes a decision of this magnitude, there are multiple pieces of information that come before us. We presented that to him in all its broad detail. We gave him all the best information that came not only from the intelligence community, but for those of us who have teams in the field. We evaluated the relevant risks and the opportunity that we thought might present itself at some point. And we could see clearly that not only had Soleimani done all of the things that we have recounted, right? Hundreds of thousands of massacre in Syria, enormous destruction of countries like Lebanon and Iraq, where they've denied them sovereignty, and the Iranians have really denied people in those two countries what it is they want, right? Sovereignty, independence, and freedom. This is all Soleimani's handiwork. And then we'd watch as he was continuing the terror campaign in the region. We know what happened at the end of last year in December, ultimately leading to the death of an American. So if you're looking for imminence, you needn't look no further than the days that led up to the strike that was taken against Soleimani. And then you, in addition to that, have what we could clearly see were continuing efforts on behalf of this terrorist to build out a network of campaign activities that were going to lead potentially to the death of many more Americans. It was the right decision. We got it right. The Department of Defense did excellent work, and the president had a entirely legal, appropriate, and a basis, as well as a decision that fit perfectly within our strategy and how to counter the threat of malign activity from Iran more broadly.
Right, and he's talking about the, many more American deaths. All right, you Americans shouldn't be over there anyway. So you deserve, you trespassing a man's land. You shouldn't be, you should be murdered if they feel as though you should be murdered. All right, America even has the, what was the little boy name? I think it was Trayvon Martin. There's so many police killings. I think that was the one in Florida where they said the dude stood his ground. That's like an American, something they wrote into the American law in that specific state called the Stand Your Ground law. So meaning if somebody comes on your property or you feel as though they're threatening you, you're able to defend yourself, whether it be defense that leads to murder or not. All right, but these other countries aren't able to defend themselves. Why? The only reason they doing terroristic acts against you is because you in their land. So I just wanted to make that quick video, man. It's more hypocrisy by America. All right, basically the pot calling the kettle black. All right. But I hope that video was edifying. With that, I'm going to say shalom.